Hi, good morning. It's a beautiful day in Alberta. Francine and I actually have about a week off between clinics. So we're doing our little bit of a campsite holiday, which is great because this is our kind of our summer holiday and our working time as well. So I'm on my way for a walk through the woods, and I thought it would be a really good time to do a bit of a video to explain to you guys the concept of a hoof grooming. Now, you might have heard the term, or you might not have. And I'm going to explain to you in a real basic, quick understanding of why grooming is important. Now, I, and same as my brother and a lot of other people I know, it's a nervous twitch, we chew our nails. And I'm trying not to chew my nails. So I've been letting my nails grow. And the other day I broke this one off. And it hurts like heck because it went right down to the quick. Many people can relate to that. So I'm here to tell you that if I had continued to chew my nails, this wouldn't be happening and I wouldn't be in pain in my little finger right now. Or Francine actually carries a pair of little tiny hoof nippers, nail clippers in her pocket, and she's always clipping her fingernails so they don't rip and tear. I'm gonna have to start doing the same thing. So what does this have to do with horses? Well, hoof grooming is something that we teach and we go over a lot in our clinic, and why hoof grooming is really important. So what's the difference between hoof grooming and trimming? Trimming is where you will actually nip the foot with nippers because it's long. And when we mean long, it's long between attention and care. So basically, the hoof care provider, whether you have a trimmer or a farrier, hasn't been out for 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18 weeks. Things happen to farriers and trimmers. We get hurt. And then we can't, and we're overworked. We have too many horses, usually, and there's not enough of us. So the time interval gets longer and longer. That's usually the majority of the people that come to our hoof trimming clinics don't have regular hoof care, and they see their horses' feet falling apart. On the internet, there's a lot of pushback from traditionalists saying, you can't teach an owner how to trim their horse's feet in 4 days and be successful and really good at it. And I definitely agree. There's a lot more to know about trimming, and we go over a lot of it, how to do a setup trim, and the requirements of a balanced setup trim. We teach all of it. Can the students absorb it all in 4 days? No. So they do have a perk to come back to our returning clinics for $50 a day once they've attended a full, paid in full hoof trimming clinic, because we want them to develop their trade. So we go over doing a successful setup trim and what they should be looking for and what's required. But for the owners that need to try to maintain between farrier visits or trimmer visits, because honestly, past 4 weeks, it's way too long. The horse's hoof develops leverage, and then the internal structures start to become compromised. So that's why we talk about grooming. All of us know how to groom a horse. It's basically looking after their body, combing their manes, their tails, brushing them out, massaging them. But we get down to the horn of the hoof and then we stop. That's somebody else's problem. Well, it's actually the owner's problem. And even though looking after the body of the horse is very important, the horse has to stand on its feet. 24 hours a day. And if I were to say the most important part of the horse that you should be looking at weekly is their hooves. Now, does that mean that you're going to be trimming the hoof every week? Absolutely not, because the hoof doesn't grow that fast. But you can groom. So it's basically, you could even do that with freaking sandpaper. Like, really. And what we're doing is we're putting the wear on the horse that is not moving enough, like that of a Mustang that would be moving 30 miles a day, 40 miles a day. And eventually you'll see, holy cow, this horse's foot is growing fast like crazy, because it's called growth equals wear. So the more the horse wears naturally or with the aid of us grooming, you'll get a faster growth, which is really cool. So sometimes people will pull shoes off and say, well, you know, a horse can't go without shoes because they'll wear their feet off. It's a transition time because they're so used to never wearing their feet. So they're going to wear their feet faster. And sometimes, yes, they'll wear them down too quickly. But you have to give the horse time to adjust, because that will change. Their feet will speed up in growth to match the wear. This is a natural phenomenon that happens. And again, it takes time. So there's lots of products out there. There's one of our favorites is Hoof Armor. And it's a two-part kind of like epoxy that you put on the horse's foot. It's got Kevlar in it. It hardens off. It almost feels like a hockey puck after it's dried off. And it is elastic. It's got antimicrobial, antibacterial factors in it. But what it does is it reduces wear to the foot. So the horse can move barefoot after transitioning out of shoes and not wear their feet down excessively. And there's other real cool reasons I like to use it as a trimmer, is it keeps the foot balanced, especially if you have unusual wear patterns. But that's something we'll discuss in the clinic. So think about hoof grooming as something you can do in between farrier visits to eliminate the chipping and cracking. Or if you have the misfortune of having your hoof care provider hurt and they can't show up and you're desperate, we have the answer. You might not be perfect at it, but you can keep your horse's foot from deteriorating really badly. And again, Rome wasn't built in a day, and there's nothing at all special about a farrier or about a trimmer, other than that we have the knowledge and we've had the experience. And guess what? When we started our trade, none of us were really good at it, but we practiced and we got better. You just don't come out of school knowing everything, and that's the thing. We can teach you how to slowly become better at a hoof grooming, and then if you want to take over and start doing setup trims on your horses, we can show you how to do that. But if you understand the power of hoof grooming, you'd never have to do a setup trim again. You just want to groom the foot. So hopefully that makes more sense. And I'd really like to say thanks to all of our members that have joined our membership page. If you'd like to join our membership page, you can pay monthly, or yearly, and we've got a whole bunch of little videos, snippets of what we like to teach at the clinics, and it's a refresher for the students that do come, and fresh ideas for new people looking for answers and help. Anyway, we're sticking around Alberta. It's so beautiful today. Oh my goodness, I love summertime, and there's no bugs, which is a great time of the year. And we're looking forward to seeing the students at the upcoming clinic. And if you are considering and sitting on the fence to coming to the clinic, register, because they're slowly starting to fill up. And we'll talk to you. Happy spring. Groom some feet. Have a great day. Gonna finish my walk now. And hopefully I won't break any more nails. I'm going to go back and cut my fingernails. Bye.